Hi, I'm Bruce Rowe with Intercomp. We're based out of Medina, Minnesota. Intercomp is the world's largest manufacturer of portable weighing devices. We have facilities in Medina, Minnesota, and also in the UK, based around the London area. Some of the things that we do in the racing industry are based around weighing vehicles. Got a 10 by 10 pad here for demonstration purposes. Typically, this is a wireless pad that runs on 2 alkaline batteries with 400 hours of battery life. We can run that information to a scale head, which shows 4 corners and selected weights and percentages. For 2012, what we've done is we've integrated our scale systems, whether they be analog or wireless, to iPhone applications, which the end user can run to an iPhone or an iPad and collect data information direct from the scale heads. The iPhone runs on a typically what we call a router box, which has a little antenna on it, which is selectable for RS-232, which would come with a cable like this, where the customer can plug the cable in back of the scale system here. If this is an analog scale system, we can plug it in. We can take the information from an iPhone, from an analog scale system or a wireless system. If we go wireless to the iPad or the iPhone, it is selectable in the back of the box for RS-232 or RFX Intercomp Wireless. If we want to run to a PC, we can take our wireless weigh pads, run it to a PC with what we call Intercomp Raceway software. You plug a USB radio into the side of a PC or a laptop. We can gather information from the wireless pad. Distance-wise, these pads will transmit information about 200 feet. These run on 2 AA alkaline batteries with 400 hours of battery life. Also new for 2012, Intercomp has come out with a coil-over spring rater. The spring rater will allow people to check bump stops, rod pressure. You'll also be able to coil bind the spring. It's got 12 inches of a travel indicator on the side, and the jack moves approximately 10.5 inches. We want to talk a little bit about the iRaceway again here. Typically, what we've allowed people to do, if you go to your iPhone application, you can download at no charge the iRace application, which will download both into your phone and your iPad. And then you can go ahead and use that device and get familiar with the functions on it. Then you could purchase a router box, wire, cabled system to hook your router box up into. That'll be available here in 2012. One of the other new items that we came up with for 2012 is a bump stop rater. And what this device allows you to do is compress a bump stop, checking travel and forced weight on the bump stop. There are, I believe, 5 models available. One of them would be a 1/2 inch, 5/8, 14 millimeter, 15 millimeter, and 16 millimeter for the shaft size, and then you get a cup that the bump stop sits in, and then we rate that on a bench style valve spring rater. We also want to touch base on the Intercomp digital air pressure gauge. The digital air pressure gauge runs on a standard 9-volt battery. It's backlit. For 2012, it's selectable by reading the air pressures by 1/10 or by 1/100th of a PSI. It comes with a case, a Goodyear hose, and a 45-degree American-made angle chuck. And this also comes with a full 1-year warranty. One of the new products that I'd like to talk about for 2012 is the Intercomp digital caster camber gauge. We were asked in the industry to look at 15 degrees of caster swing versus 20 degrees of caster swing. So mid-summer of 2011, we made a software change where now the gauge is selectable. If you're going to only do 15 degrees of caster swing, you can select it through the keypad, or you can select 20 degrees of caster swing. One of the other new things I'd like to talk about also for 2012 is the new Intercomp digital durometer. For many years we've all worked on an analog needle style gauge. For 2012, Intercomp has introduced a digital durometer which has half-inch high numbers on it, which allows an easy viewing of the number, and also has a hold feature on it so you can hit the hold button, pick the gauge up and look at the number versus trying to look at the number when you're pushing it down on the tire. We have approximately 210 different types of test products, scales, air pressure gauges, shock dynos, bump steer gauges, all along chassis setup. So if you're looking for a high quality American-made product, Intercomp is the place to go for that. All products are designed, manufactured, and distributed out of the Intercomp office in Medina, Minnesota.